Hey guys, let's go make these cookies. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're back in the kitchen this time and we are making some Christmas recipes for you this week. I want to make one of our traditional recipes that my grandmother passed down to me, and it is the candy cane cookies. These are kind of like a shortbread cookie with a little bit of a peppermint flavor. So let's get started. All right, for this recipe, there are not that many ingredients, so we hope that you can follow along pretty easy. We have 1 cup of powdered sugar, also known as icing sugar. We have 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of softened butter. It's room temperature. 1 egg that's also room temperature. We're going to use some red food coloring in a little bit. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract, a 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, and 1 teaspoon of our homemade vanilla extract. It's a vanilla bourbon. Then we're going to use a little bit of salt and 2 cups of all-purpose or plain flour. All right, the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and crack our egg. This is room temperature. I'm going to go ahead and give that a crack. We'll just give it a little bit of a stir. Break that up a little bit. And then we're going to add in our softened butter. This has been room temperature for about an hour or so it's nice and soft. We're going to have 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of butter. And we're going to go ahead and get this kind of softened down and mixed in with the egg, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we are now going to add our powdered sugar. I'm going to stir this in at first because I don't want it to spray a cloud of powdered sugar all over my kitchen. So we're going to go ahead and mix this in, and then we'll give it a little stir with or mix with our mixer here after we get the first part of it stirred in. Let's get that butter, sugar, and egg all mixed together, and then we're going to add in our extracts. All right, so now we're going to add in our peppermint, our almond extract, and our vanilla. And we'll get this mixed in. All right, the smells of this dough are incredible. You can definitely smell the peppermint, almond, and vanilla aromas. They're very strong, but all right, so we have our butter, egg, sugar mixture here, and this is just plain flour, 2 cups. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt to it. We're gonna give this a little bit of a stir to blend that salt in. You can even sift it if you like. And then we're gonna add it to our wet ingredients over here. All right, so we have added together our salt and flour. I'm gonna add this into our wet ingredients on this side. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a stir, and then I'll add the rest of it in. I added about half of it in. All right, let's go ahead and add the other half in. So we'll go ahead and lightly fold this in and not splatter it everywhere. You don't want clouds of flour in your face. All right, now we're going to try to split this dough in half, and I'm going to put half of it in another bowl, and that is the half that we are going to make red, have some red food coloring. And see, that looks about like half. If you want to do it dead on even, you could always weigh it, but I just kind of guesstimate on mine. All right, so we're going to make this bowl red. So we're going to add some red food coloring. All right, so we're going to do 1 teaspoon of red food coloring. And I have the gel. You can always use the liquid if you like, but I find that the gel doesn't change the consistency of the dough as much as a liquid does. So we're just going to give this a stir and make this red completely incorporated with this dough. We're going to keep the other half white so that when we make our candy cane stripes, they are white and red. All right, so half of our dough is very red. We are going to add this to some cling film. And we're going to wrap it up nice and tight and let it sit in the fridge for an hour. We're going to put the non-red dough over in the other cling film, and they're both going to refrigerate for about 1 hour. All right, so we have our dough. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up tightly in some cling film here, or saran wrap, whatever you have. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that tightly. We're gonna refrigerate this for at least an hour. If you needed to do it longer, you could. Maybe even overnight. All right, and then when these come out, we are going to roll them out very long and skinny, and we'll show you that next step. All right, so these actually refrigerated overnight. I'm gonna go ahead and take off just a little piece of one end of each of them, and just work with a little bit at a time, so I'm not working with a lot at a time. And put the rest of these to the side. And we're gonna go ahead and roll out some of these until they get kind of nice and soft into a nice long roll. Kind of loosen it up. It is a little stiff from being in the fridge. So we're gonna loosen up this dough. I'm gonna do each one of these. And then we're gonna roll them out into a nice long tube, and we'll be right back. All right, so I put just a little bit of flour on my board to help these not stick to the board, and I rolled them out about the same length. And I'm gonna cut about 4 inches, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll try to make these pretty even. All right, so we have our candy canes now. We're gonna take one at a time, and we're gonna just twist one around the other, just kind of a nice twist effect here to get the candy cane look. I'm going to roll them out a little bit more so we can get them a little bit longer now that they're together. And then we're going to shape our candy cane. And there you have it. So we're going to do several of these. All right, so we got 2 sheet pans of these candy cane cookies ready to go in the oven. So we're gonna cook them at 375 for about 12 minutes and check them.
They smell really good.
They look good too. So these cooked for about 13 minutes, just starting to get brown on top, and we're gonna let them set up for just a minute and they'll be ready to eat.
Merry Christmas. Like, subscribe, and comment down below.
Merry Christmas.